Do you remember this silhouette? If so, it probably creeped you out as a kid. You know, back in the 80s, we had some great shows, but one thing that people rarely talk about is the fact that we had so many reruns of our parents' and our grandparents' shows on. Gilligan's Island, uh, the Adam West Batman, and things like this. Alfred Hitchcock Presents. Everything about this show was slow, methodical, and creepy. Alfred Hitchcock would give you the introduction, and then they would go into these short stories. And now looking back on it, the moral lessons in those short stories weren't as clear as they are in other television shows. Like most TV shows, it's black and white. Don't do this, don't do this, don't do that. But with Alfred Hitchcock, it was more like, hey, if you're going to do this, be more careful. And that was creepy. Shows like this had you thinking amnesia, quicksand, and things like getting buried alive were just what you were going to have to deal with when you became an adult. Typically, the show would come on close to bedtime, but not so late that kids weren't up to see it. And that's what made it worse. It's like, hey, here's some unresolved fear. Night, night, little fella. When you would go to bed after this, every shadow in your room looked like the silhouette, and you heard every single sound in the house. From the wind outside to the house just settling. It was disturbing. And see, this is why Gen X is suspicious of everything, because one minute you're watching a rerun of A-Team or Fall Guy, and then this comes on and it teaches you that just like everyday things can turn into something dangerous, creepy, and disturbing. You know, I'm glad that I was not exposed to everything that kids get exposed to today. I'm highly grateful for that. But this show right here, this one got me. This and those black and white episodes of The Twilight Zone. And another thing, the black and white just made it that much creepier. Do you remember watching this? And how young were you when you first saw it? What are some other shows that got into your head a little bit when you were a kid? Let me know in the comments.